Ah, what a nice bath, despite it being filthy and mouldy. Oh, hello everyone, and welcome back to Survival Roleplay. Go and shut the door, and we're starting early today because we've got a lot of work to do. Main one being the grass. We'll get mowed, picked up, and into the bunker side clamp. And it was at this point I realised that we shouldn't have sold the forage harvester, even though at the time it seemed worth it. We need something to pick up the grass with, so what I've gone and done, I've leased a forage pick-upper, and what we'll do, we'll go and get the John Deere, we'll pull out of here. I've got the mower set up, but what we'll do quickly is simply detach the back one, keep the front one on for now, and yeah, we're going to head to the shop and go and pick it up. Also, this one comes with a silage additive. I've got a little drum, €500 it cost us for 50 litres, seemed a good value for us, so hopefully with that gives us that bit more silage, and if it does, then it means more money for us. Even if it's something like a 5% bonus it gives us, I think that's what it does, gives us a 5% bonus. That's 5% bonus over 250, 300,000 litres, what we originally going to get. It's definitely worth more than €500, so it's a worthy investment. The cost of the forage pick-upper, I'll show you which one we went for. Obviously we had the Pottinger Boss Alpine 251. We went ahead with the Stratman Xenon CFS 2501DO. That cost us $2,300 to lease, plus a bit of extra on top for hourly usage. Hopefully it shouldn't take more than an hour. It may take an hour in real game time, but it won't take much longer than that. Definitely not hitting the 2 hour mark. Then obviously once it's all done, we can think about getting some chickens, because thanks to, who was it, Dave's Ghost, he mentioned something, a little pack called the Bavarian Farm Pack. Now if we have a look in build mode, we go to animals, part of this pack we get a cow pasture, 80 grand, yes it's a bit much, but compared to the base game one, over $250,000, we can get 3 of those and still have to change over compared to getting 1 of those, so. But what I'm more intrigued is chickens, because we thought about getting chickens, and I thought about getting this one here. Around the farm, 6 grand, only holds 3 chickens, but if we went with this one, 9 grand and holds 360 chickens, so we can look at that. Sorry, little chicken empire, because I think chickens are a good route to go down to get some money. As much good as silage is, I do want to streamline my income, have more than one source of income, because who knows, grass may not be here forever, and that we may use it for grains, cereals, or even root crops perhaps. So what we'll do is get this hooked up. I'll get someone to pick this up, and we should be able to. Oh, what's that noise? I think that's a werewolf, I think. So we'll go fill this up, and it only holds 10 litres, so we've got another 4 litres to go. And it's a bit of a bigger volume, so this should, in theory, only take no more than like 15 trips to the bunker side clamp and back, because the other one was 16,000 litres, this is 23,000 litres, so I think about 30,000 litres of chaff we're going to get, that's my calculations. But head back to the farm and let's see exactly how much we're going to get here. There we go, so we're back at the farm, and I think we'll dump the forage harvester somewhere, not forage harvester, forage wagon over here. We'll top up with some fuel, and I think what we'll do, we'll service the John Deere whilst we're here. So we put a little shed here, get some tools, and we'll go ahead and repair it. Just under 2 grand, so not too bad. It's only going to be worth it because we need every horsepower possible. from this little tractor here. Even though I say it's a little tractor, it is a bit of a more of a chunkier, powerful tractor, but having that amount of wear obviously will slow us down. Won't be able to put as much power through the P2 shafts at the front or at the rear, and that means obviously we're going to mow slower. So go and get everything folded. There we go. And I'd be interested to see how much we get, because last time I think was it like 260, yeah, just over 260,000 liters we got in total. So it'd be interesting to see how much we get from this setup here. So yeah, of course, just gonna leave it on a big swath pile, or a wide swath pile. Then we need to get the windrower. Get that over here and get that hooked up to the back of the John Deere, windrow it, and then get the forage wagon. Yes, there's a bit more steps compared to just getting the front mower and the forage wagon, but it's going to get this done a lot faster. Then obviously we're in April now, so once this is all done we can really start talking about planting some crops for the winter or for the fall, depending on which particular crop we go for. I'm still thinking with soybeans. The soybeans, in terms of per litre amount you're going to get per 1,000 litres, is more. Yes, it yields less compared to, I don't know, wheat, grain or barley. But actually we can do two fields. We can do one section of the field wheat and the other barley, not barley, soybeans. Because obviously we need chicken feed for our chickens. And I don't fancy buying a bunch of wheat or barley bags for chickens, because they are quite expensive, unless we can perhaps somehow get a good deal from Farmer Willie B's market, or need to see if Doris knows anyone, because at the main shop area there is a buy point there, we can buy stuff, but isn't it going to be profitable? Is it better than 1,400 per 1,000 litres, which I think is current ongoing price from the main dealer themselves at the shop? But if Doris knows someone who can give us it a bit cheaper, perhaps Mr. Jim can help us with that, but who knows. So I think what we'll do is we'll just simply get cracking on the air, get us all done, get us windrowed and picked up, and then yeah, go from there and see how much we get in total. Make sure we get every last little bit. There we go. Oh, don't damage them over. So alright then, that is the mowing and windrowing done. And to be honest, I didn't take as long as I thought it was going to take. Obviously at some point we could do with a bigger windrower. The mower setup I'm pretty much happy with at the moment. 8 meter working width at the back. Yes, we can do 10 meters ideally, but at the moment I'm not too complaining. But yeah, so we got 10 liters of silage additive in here, and I want to see if that will do the entire field, or do we need to use the full 50, or do we need to buy more? But yeah, certainly it seems to be picking up faster. Always it's hard to tell whether it's the limes having an effect at sort of creating this sort of, not false positive result, but yeah, it seems to be picking up a lot more. But anyways, I know the silage additive will have some benefit, so 500 euros for 50 litres, yeah, I do not mind that at all. And to be honest, I think we may use more than 10 litres, I think, here today. But I don't think we're going to use more than 50. But also, you can see we mowed certain bits, like mowed over here and that. And that's because we're going to be extending this field. So we're going to create a field, or extend this field this way a bit. So it goes up to the tree line here, which is outside of our property boundaries. And similar to sort of over here, I was thinking about getting some of these rocks removed. Obviously, we can call some friends and that, get a bit of TNT and blow them up, and then we can collect stones and transport them to the line factory and then get some beautiful line from that. But with that, I'm not too worried about. Also, we mowed over here, and I'm thinking about just again ploughing this area over here, this little area, and create a little grass texture over here. Also, it gets rid of all the bushes and that, which does look a bit messy, to be honest. But yeah, we're definitely picking up more, because we're got a full load here off, well, over 16,000 litres where the old forage wagon was capable of. So yeah, I definitely think we're going to be picking up more. Yeah, the acceleration is a bit down, but this has got plenty of horsepower to pull it. The required horsepower for this is 95 horsepower, I think, and our tractor's 175, so yeah, we've got more than enough power. So yeah, is our first load done, and we've got a lot more to go. But yeah, the aim for this in-game day is get this all done, get these sites compacted, and hopefully this bunker site is big enough. It should be big enough, I think, but who knows. So if we sort of like slowly drip feed it along. And of course I will use the shovel or the forage wagon to pick up all the excessive bits that spilled out at the end. But yeah, I think we'll do a lot of compacting. And obviously I think we will go down the chicken route today. We'll get... Actually, let's do this area now. In case we don't get all this picked up in this episode, we will get the rest done next time we come back. And obviously with the cow routes and that, we could go down that route as well. Close to 80 grand for a cow pen for 45 cows. That would be very good for us, but of course we need to think about saving money, of course, for the harvester. And I've been tempted to buy the bell wrap because we've got a baler that can do round bells. 125 centimeter round bells, and the... Yeah, this only costs us 10.5 grand. And that's a one-time purchase compared to, if we go to tools and that, go to forest wagons. Ideally, if something this comes up in the second-hand market, something a bit better, like if anything like these pop up second-hand at some point, then yeah, we'll go for it. But yeah, just looking at leasing for 1 day, and just for use it a one-off, 1 day and 1 hour. That is 1500 plus 2300. That is what, 3800, 3900. So, and if we're going to be doing this every 2-3 months, like every 2 months for it to grow, times up by 6. That's 15 grand or so at least, 15 plus. So I think in the long run it will be beneficial, because we're going to do bells at some point anyway for destroying that. And hay bells as well. And that just makes sense. Obviously you don't need money for the trade. That costs us about 16 grand if we buy it new. That comes up second hand, we'll go for that. But yeah, you know what? I'm going to bite the bullet. I'm just really hoping. Could we change the bell colour? Will it cost us more? No. Let's go with blue bells. Yeah, I think it's worth the investment in the long run, I think. So, chopper flight pass. Hopefully there ain't a forest fire or anything, that will be a bit alarming. But yeah, helicopter does go past a couple of times during the day, so I think it's just doing regular usual stuff. Flies over No Man's Land. Also, of course, you have the airport here. Who knows? We may have an airport at some point, but don't think No Man's Land will get big. Perhaps at some point we'll have like a little village in that here. Perhaps even a little city, but I don't think we'll create a metropolis here with airports and that, buses and that running around. But who knows? Never stop believing, because who knows, anything can happen. And we are seem to be managing well so far. So yeah, so far we've used 13% of the 10 litres, so that's 1.22 litres. So yeah, I think 50 litres is going to be enough for the entire field, I hope. Of course, at some point we do need to start proper compacting this with the weights. And perhaps we could do with moving this fence on here a bit, I think. That is a bit of a tight turn, and we just able to clear it. I'll say as we clip it. But yeah, so I think it'd be worth it if we do that, and so yeah, we'll continue on doing this bit here for now. So once this gets all done, yes, we could look at getting a tree mulcher in, or a tree mulcher to mulch the stumps and that. Of course, we can't do that today in terms of leasing, because we've leased this trailer or forage wagon, and the rule is we can't borrow more than one item per month. Of course, yeah, that could be sneaky saying since we haven't borrowed for X amount of months, we can borrow X amount in 1 month, but I'm not going to go down that particular route. I'm just going to say to what I've said, perhaps if this whole farm area expands, we get more people coming in, more business, and perhaps, yeah, we could be able to not only afford, but to have the reason of leasing multiple equipments like a harvester, trailer and all that. Because obviously with the New Holland, which I think we're going to get, we may get a Deutz-Fahr. Apparently there is a Deutz-Fahr Starliner in the works at the moment that's being developed, so if that comes onto the market at some point in the coming months, then we'll go for that. That seems similar capacity to the TLX, not TLX, TX32, but for just 50 grand. And that's what, 5 grand cheaper, so yeah, not much of a save. But with whatever we're going to go with at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it. And I went to buy it new. Ideally I want to buy it second hand. I don't mind paying the repair costs, I know, perhaps down 2 years, 3 years down the road. It may get to the point where it's no longer profitable, we should have just got a new one. However, 2 or 3 years down the line, we're going to have a bigger harvester, I think, realistically speaking. But in terms of what we're going to do, I think this top part here is maybe like a wheat field, because I think we'll get a substantial bit of wheat, I think. Then like the lower sections could be soybeans, and we'll also keep a substantial amount of grass, because we're not getting rid of silage as a complete source of income for the farm, because it has really helped us along. And we're going to need that as we're approaching September, October, November time, when we actually start harvesting some stuff in that for the farm. Of course, we've got the chicken eggs to sell as well. Good time to sell chicken eggs is around the November, December time, I think. So all in all, it does make sense. So this is our third load here, and that is 69,000 litres of chaff we've got at the moment. I think this bunker side will be able to take all of the silage that we're going to be producing here. It just requires a lot of fettling, just a lot of delicate work, I think. Yeah, this will get done. But yeah, I think if I move this fence line so it goes, perhaps if this fence here comes like to here, to the edge of this grass area here, and have like fence going along and around, perhaps then we can have this nice little turning area here. Of course, we've got to plant this with some grass, and of course as well, to create the fields, obviously we need a cultivator ideally. However, we don't have a cultivator, but we have a plough, so I didn't mind using the plough again. Yes, I know it requires picking up the stones again from the field, and like with everything, that will take time. We could be used doing other things perhaps, but at this time we've only got one tractor, so yes, perhaps a second tractor may be helpful at some point. But again, it all comes down to money. The harvester is the priority here. Just spent 10 grand on the bell wrapper, which will be useful next time we pick up chaff now, which will be in February, March, April, June time. Yeah, June, August and October, and hopefully we can still pick it up in December as well. So yeah, all in all, it will be worth it. So it's just one of those things. It is going to take time, it's going to take work and that. And to be honest, this silage additive is actually working out quite well, because we've only used 2 litres at the moment, and we've done a reasonable amount of the field, so perhaps we don't need to use a second, go back to shop and get the second load. Well, I think what we'll do, if we have to go back to the shop, we'll get the pickup out, which is buried in the shed at the moment. Quickly run up there, lift the barrel up, and whack it into the truck, because it's just a little gallon, like a little gallon tank. It's not a big drum, it's not a pallet worth of little bottles or anything like that, so also there's going to be bits of grass that we perhaps may have missed, but I've done the best I can. Get to like 99.5% of the grass, so yes, we may leave some grass behind. I'll do my best to pick up all the chaff as well. All the grass that will be chaff. A couple of grass bits over here we've missed, but as the old saying goes, don't sweat the small stuff. So I think yeah, we're progressing really well, and I think by the end of the year we perhaps could pay most of the loan off, because again we need to pay off the loan as well. Yes, we're really a bit cheeky where we said we was going to pay some of it off, and when I say some of it I mean 5 grand. Of course, there's the income from the cellular tower as well. Yes, it's not the most income, however it's better than nothing, so every single euro we can make will be worth it. And I think I won't make a prediction now. We'll see how much chaff we get in the end, but if this goes to plan, so if we're doing this in April, we're going to do second load in April, June, then August, then October and December. That's going to be five what's the word I'm looking for? 5 harvesting sessions of chaff. Of course we're going to do this same amount again, because obviously some of this, or about half this, will become a grain field of sort, but still use what we get today to make an educated guess on how much we're going to make. I'm thinking if we able to crack if we get anything over 300,000 litres today, that'd be really helpful. Because what's the price of silage at the moment? 169. It's going to go down. That's the thing. So get down to July. So whatever silage we get in May and July, July is going to be the worst. Then August, and then come November time and January, it's going to go up after the summer. So it's not all doom and gloom. There is some light in that tunnel. But yeah, if we get, say, let's say 165, that is, what, about 75 grand we're going to make from this? Just from this one here. And if we get 30 grand there, 35 grand for every subsequent session of mowing, doing the math, that is 70, 140, over 200 grand we're going to make this year, just from the silage. That's only if we get 300,000 now, litres of chaff and silage, and 150 afterwards. So with that 200 grand, we can afford the harvester, we can afford the header, and perhaps some more things for the farm. But yeah, we're starting to really struggle now, so I think we need to get the weights in now. Yeah, and compact this now before we do any more. So we have a look over here. So it's 92,000 litres and it's only 13% compacted, so it's got a lot more compaction to go. So we're going to get the weights quickly, get it hooked up, and then we'll go and start compacting this. There we go, we got the weight, so let's go and start compacting this. So ideally I want it to spill out at the other end, it's going to be easier for us to pick it all up. So if you think with the weights now, it does turn, but only just a bit, I think. You're going to have to do like a 3-point turn in that. I think if we just keep on going over this, get it as flat as humanly possible for us. Ideally we want to drive over the peaks with at least 2 of the tyres. So we can get that flattened down, get that all squished down. But yeah, that's like 90,000 litres we've got already. And that's, I'll say that's about a third of the field done. So yeah, I think 300,000 litres is a real possibility. If we get even more like 325, then that would be even better for us, because an extra 25,000 litres is, what's that, about an extra 5 grand or so in income for us? An extra 5 grand is the difference between able to buy a harvester and not. So I think what we'll do is we'll continue on this. This is going to take some time to properly compact. Ideally we could do with a proper compactor perhaps, but this works for the time being. I don't see why we're going to have to reinvent the wheel here. So I'm happy with this. It's able to get over fine for now. Whether or not that's going to be the same question when we get to 300,000 litres, who knows? At least we don't have to deal with it spin out on the edge. But yeah, see that peak is definitely going down now, so it's working. But yeah, it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of fetting around. Yeah, we'll continue on with this, and then we'll come back, round off today, have some lunch by buying some chickens. are just about done here. I think we're picking up all the bits of grass that I can see, and we have filled the bunker site up. Let's see how much exactly we've got. Let's pick an extra 2 litres here and there. But yeah, that is a filled bunker, so it's definitely worth it, worth the upgrades. Because I think the 2-tire ones that we had before wouldn't have coped with this, so we've got 13,000 litres in here. And let's see how much we've got in here. 271, so not quite the 300 I said we was going to get, but very close. But we do have some chaff spilled out to the side, so perhaps after we've gone and fully compacted this, who knows, we may actually get very close to the 300,000 litres, because there is quite a bit spilled out to the side. And I did temporarily remove the fence line. We'll put some new fences in, well, new old fences shall I say, in later on, but come on, let's see if we can get this up here. Yes we can. And we'll just empty this bit here. Come on, there we go. So all in all 285, and I think that's perhaps about another couple of thousand litres off, say for sure, on the outside of this. But we are a bit stuck. Oh nope, do you want to pick it up? Come on. There we go. And actually with the silage additive as well, this is still the first bit that we put in. We didn't have to use all of it, so that really bodes well for us. Obviously I don't think we can empty what we've got in there already, so we're going to lose some. But what we do is next time, you know, just put 3/4 of a tank full in, and that'd be more than enough for us. So there, we're a bit spilled out to the edges, but that is nothing to worry about. So what we'll do simply is just a case of get the bucket down and push this all in. Actually, I think we should just go ahead and compact this first of all before refilling it with excessive chaff and that. But yeah, this does act like as a bit of a leveler as well. You can see here, definitely pushing it. So I think we'll try and get some of this pushed in, and then whatever's left over on the outside. Some of it has leaked through the bunker soil on the side, but nothing as near compared to what we had with the tire bundle, so should we even push these in? Yes we can, there we go. Making a bit of a mountain up there. So I think what we'll do, we'll get the forage wagon and we'll pick this up. I think it's perhaps the best way to go. Yeah, it's quite a bit spilled onto the side, but yeah, so I'll say about 290 even in a hit once this is all said and done. And when we sort of take things into consideration, so that if we take the 5% yield bonus, let's just say hypothetically, from the silage additive, we had 260 last time, so that is what, an extra 13,000 litres, so that's 273, and the extra 17,000 litres from the bonus that we've got just from all the stuff that we done with the lime in that. So yeah, not sure the math quite adds up to what we expected, but hey, certainly close enough. So we've got 8,000 litres here. Try to get as closest to the side as I can. There we go. Not sure if we're picking, actually picking some up from inside the side. I think we are. Yeah, I think we're picking some from the inside we were, so. But still, we'll go and let's get bits over here picked up. And whatever's left over at the end, we'll simply put to the side and we'll add it again once we do the second load in June. Come on, get up here. Has that rechanged to a 7? So yeah, it's definitely made a difference to a degree. Has it made much of a difference? Yeah, I don't think so, but there we go. I think I'm happy with that. So we'll get the bucket. Dump you in there. Now let's go and get the weights where I left them to. Oh, over here, fair enough. So yeah, we'll get the chicken pens in a minute. Then we'll go ahead and buy some chickens, and then of course we're going to have to buy some chicken feed as well. So how much is chicken feed actually? Let's go ahead and have a look here. We need wheat, barley or sorghum. Just looking at see what we've got here. So yeah, wheat. Yeah, 1400 per fowl, so quite a bit expensive. I'll see if we can go to the shop and see if we get anything a bit cheaper. Either from Farm Willie B or see if Doris knows anyone who sends some stuff a bit cheaper. So also if you can save money at the moment on the chicken feed, then that'll be a real bonus for us. But yeah, so not quite 290, but yeah, so 287, that is definitely an improvement on what we had before, and yeah, means a bit of extra income. So we're at 287, I think some bits are going out to the sides, I think. Or some hurts leaking out. So yeah, it ain't going to be quite perfect, but what we get here at the end, I will just shove it in. Once, don't spin those wheels, just get a bit of traction. Of course weights, they do help with compacting, but of course it does create a sort of bit of a buffer where it easily gets itself caught and digged into the chaff, like right here. If we didn't have that front weight, we'd be able to drive over that with no issues whatsoever. Yeah, see a bit on the sides there. And there we go, I hit the magic 100, let's go and back out of here. Yeah, so yeah, a bit is spilled out, but no worries, we'll just go and simply scoop it back in. That means it's going to compact it again, I know. Rather than doing it at the front, let's just go to the side because we've got enough lift. Just in case I'll simply plonking it somewhere else. So that's quite close to the edge. Hopefully that still covers. Yeah, it's a bit of fiddling around for an extra 1,000, 2,000 liters perhaps. Yeah. Oops. Two seat there. There we go. Let's try to get some of the bits that was left on the edge here. Ooh. Come on, there we go. So an extra 460 litres. An extra 1,000 there already. Let's just get rid of that front weight, actually, that's really hindering us a bit. So go and push you over here. Oh no, did not want to do that. Just get out of the way, wait. Shoot. There we go. And getting that a little bit over here, and whatever we don't get, I'm not going to really worry about, to be brutally honest. Oof, Christ. Yeah, I think we're picking up from the inside, so yeah, you know what? I'm just going to leave it, put this in, get it rest compacted, and then we'll call that done. 286. And there we go, that is covered. And that is 288,000 litres plus another 500 litres of extra, so 500 litres, considering the amount of filling round we did, not too bad. So again, we'll leave that dumped here, so that's going to be ready to pick up around about this time tomorrow. But now I think it's time. And you chopper, go away. There we go. So yeah, I think it's time to put a chicken pen in, so just go, I want it somewhere over here close to the shed. So if we go to animals, go to chickens, bit of a big building, so feed goes in one way. I'm trying to keep an eye on see where it comes out, so I'm thinking somewhere like this perhaps is the best option. Yeah, somewhere like that, I think. And there we go, folks. So we've got our first chicken. So got a food trigger here, pallet spawn here, and oh, look at this. Orman. So yeah, this is where the chickens are kept. And let's go ahead and buy some chickens, so we can buy older chickens for €50. These are chickens which can be sold directly for processed chickens like wheat, barley or sorghum, and they can reproduce after 6 months. So chicken produce eggs which can be just having a look at. So yeah, I think we'll get some newer ones, I think. So let's go with 60 young ones. Let's go with 60 older ones. And let's say we get, I don't know, 5 roosters. So what, let's go with get a bunch of chicks, I think. And oh yeah, let's be careful with our money here. So how much chickens have we got? So yeah, we've got 240 chicks, 60 grown-up chickens, and 5 roosters. So it's 305 chickens there. And yeah, so if we go to the shop and get a pallet or big bag of eggs, not eggs, wheat, that's going to get 1,000 litres for 1,400 and conveyor for 2,000 litres, so we won't be doing that. But I am going to go to see Farmer Willie B and see what he's offering us. If not, a good price. If it's more than what I expected, then we'll go to see Doris and see if she knows anyone. So I think at that main shop there is a buy point, as I mentioned. Perhaps if Doris allows us to buy some stuff. Ooh. Wrong trader, put you there. We need the other trader. So yeah, get us hooked up, and then let's go and get some wheat for our chickens. Thanks, Farmer Willie B. So yeah, we've been spoken to Farmer Willie B, and pretty much gave him the rest of the money that we had at 2,700. And he's kind enough to let us buy some wheat for a discounted price. So remember, we were looking at 1,400 per 1,000 litres. In here, we've got 11,000 litres of wheat, so that is 15 grand's worth of wheat just for 2,500, for 2,800 euros. So that is a nice discount. So obviously this is going to be more than enough for the chickens that they'll need for now. However, it'll be enough to last the rest of the year until we harvest the wheat. So, because if we harvest the wheat in that, it's going to be around the August time, I think, August, September. So it's going to be a few months away. But yeah, we'll head back, get the chickens fed, and then we'll have a bit of rest, have a bit of dinner, and then next time we'll go and start ploughing the fields and planting some crop. So here we are, got the chicken feed here, and then let's go and feed our chickens. So the feeding point is over here to the left. At the front, I think it was. So, oh yeah, I can see it right here. So we'll have to reverse and dump into here. It'll be a bit of a tight spot, but I think we should be able to manage. There we go. Go and reverse up, and we'll just make sure. So I think we'll use the grain door for this, because I think if we do the full, there's going to be a spinning chicken feed everywhere, I think. Yeah, so grain door it is. So let's go and select the grain door. There we go, that's going in nicely. Remember, we had 11,000 litres of eggs. Not eggs, I wish. 11,000 litres of wheat, and they've taken exactly 9,000 litres. So now if we go and see our chickens, they're all nice and fed, I think. So that's our maximum take of grain. So now we'll just have to leave them be, let them grow, and hopefully we can start producing eggs. But yeah, on that note, look at our chickens. Hello chickies! I think that is a good way to end for now. I hope you enjoy this one, and I'll see you folks in the next one. Bye for now.